In this lesson, we'll take a look at how we can save objects to local storage, because there's many times when you will want to save big groups of data. Let's create a object. We'll call it O, and we'll simply save some generic information here. Name equals Jeff, last equals Wei. And maybe we'll change that to first. All right, we have our simple object. Now I want to save the contents of that object to local storage for future use. Local storage dot, and we'll call it info. And let's simply try to save that object here. Now, we aren't doing any feature detection. Why don't we do a shorthand? Modernizer.local storage. And remember, this will only run as long as this is true. And in the case where you are setting a value, you need to wrap that within parentheses or use an if statement. All right, so let's just see what happens now. I've reloaded the page to make sure that fires. And now let's simply determine what is saved to local storage. And right there you see object. And if we try to log that, local storage.info, we get literally the string object. So that doesn't help us at all. So the accepted way to work around this is we use JSON. Now the method we can use here is json.stringify. So we'll say local storage.info equals json.stringify this object. And what that will do is it will take this full object and turn it into a string. Let's try it out. Come back, reload the page, local storage.info, and now it's within quotation marks, but now it's been turned into a string. And what's excellent about this is, as you might expect, we can use the opposite, which is json.parse. So when the page loads, and we're going to do it all the way up here, just for the example, if local storage.info, in that case, console.log local storage.info, but remember that's still going to be the string. I want to turn that back into an object. And to do so, we do json.parse. Pretty simple. Let's try it out. Reload. And now, once again, we have our object. So let's adjust these values, Jeffrey. And we'll add another one. Here's my middle name. I'm going to reload the page. That's going to be saved to local storage. And then when I reload again, we should get our new object. It updates local storage, load it again. And now we have our new object. So that's the thing to keep in mind. Use json.stringify and json.parse when you need to save full objects to local storage.